let's clear something up that is still going around. Apparently, is this idea that Miss Kamala Harris was not participating in any primaries and therefore could not be in the general election. Some people are still saying that, which is like, what? Let's clarify. We've got caucuses, we've got primaries. Primaries, we have open primaries and closed primaries, semi open, and then like 10 other different kinds. But there are primaries that go on in the United States about 6 to 9 months before the general election. And a lot of states have caucuses, which is basically like a town hall meeting where everyone says, this is who we want. So the primaries and caucuses are set to show the political party that we're supporting who we want to have in the race. We are giving that information to the party, all right? This is very important because the party then will throw a convention, and that's where the delegates are chosen and sworn in for the Electoral College. Now, the Electoral College makes everything more difficult and ridiculous, but alas, it's what we have. So, those primaries and caucuses say, look, Democrats, or look, Republicans, this is who we, the people, want. Then at the convention, all of the states have different delegates there, and then they tell the party, this is it, this is the one, this is the one. And based off of that, a batch of electors will be chosen to go and cast their vote for the president, depending on who has won. Now, the general election, we all know that, right? We're voting for the electors. The losing side does not get to have any electors. So only the winning side's electors will cast their vote into the Electoral College to be certified by Congress. So that's how our president is chosen. Now, with that easy process explained, let's talk for a minute then about VP Harris. She did not need to win any primaries. She did not need to go in and campaign for caucuses. Both of those are just unnecessary for what had happened. We had a unique situation where a candidate dropped out of the race. Now, there are tons of rules on elections, and there are rules we use if a candidate decides to pull out of the race. And once that occurs, then the party gets more involved. In this case, it was the Democratic Party. They pick someone to go forward in that situation off to the convention and then later to the general election. And you might say, well, how's that? They didn't get any votes in the primary. It doesn't matter. That's not what is important under the law. What's important under the law is who the electors choose as president. How we get those electors, that's a process that can be left up to the different parties. VP Harris did receive 4,563 votes, and which is quite a bit more than what was needed. So technically, you could say during these conventions, people do choose the ultimate presidential candidate, but it's probably easier to remember the delegates that choose the candidate than choose the electors are the ones picked by the people. I know it's tangled up with the Electoral College, but primaries, winning caucuses, that is not the most important part. The most important part is who decides at the convention via number of delegates is the one that we are trying to send to the general election. All right? So there you have it.